making salty peppermint tingly soap. Or maybe we'll call it tingly salty peppermint soap. It's gonna be one of the two. All right, so we're gonna try to make this one quick. I'm not gonna go over heating the oils and mixing the lye. So it is gonna be short that. I'll try to put some links where you can click like right above me, maybe. Okay, hopefully I got that right. So you could click on a video on how to mix lye with safety. With your oils, you just put everything in the recipe in a crock pot, put it on low with the lid on it, stir it occasionally until everything's melted. Do not let it cook past that point. Turn the crock pot off and then let it cool. Typical temperatures is 100 to 110 on your oils and 100 to 130 on your lye. Okay, I use a refrigerator method, but that's a good starter method for you until you learn more. All right, let's get to making some soap. Okay, we are mixing our lye. I put my stick blender down in here, so this made my oils cloudy, but they were clear and melted, and you could put your finger in here and feel warmth without any sting. And that be that. Our soap is blended to a custard texture. You don't have to bring it to trace. You just got to get it to a custard texture and you're done. And then you just wait for it to cook. Okay, we have gel, and you can see where it's just starting to come out of gel. If you're using one of the small round crock pots, this is an oval that I do a double batch in. You'd want to do the tic-tac-toe method on that. I'll try to show that to you in a minute. Here's another one. So this is lye active, and this is coming out of lye, because the heat has cooked it and it's turning into soap. And you can see different levels of that. This one here is just gel. Different pots cook at different temperatures, but I think I found that one off and I had to turn it on shortly after I finished doing the rest of them. This one here is majorly coming out of gel. Soon it will need to be stirred. Same thing here. All right. And this is stiff. The gel part of the soap, you can stick a spoon up right in it, but every once in a while the recipe just won't get thick like that, but it'll get thicker. You'll know it's different, so it's gel, but it won't get completely hard. Okay, so now we're doing our first stir. We have just a little bit of gel here, but mostly we've turned into soap. As you see, there's our gel chunk. As I'm flipping it over, I'm just going to break that up a little bit into the soap. Make sure that you stir down in the crevices. Sometimes you can have big chunks of dried out soap in your crevices because you don't. Then you want to take your spatula, just clean your spoon. This keeps the crispies down, as I call them. Then take and do your spatula around your edges. And ta-da! First stir, done with. Okay, now we have our lovely little butt crack. And our soap is all soap. There's no gel left. And we got to watch about getting up in them crevices of your crock pot around the edges. You want to scrape those out. Keep your edges clean. We're still in what's considered the mashed potato phase. It's very poppy. I can hear it. I'm not sure if you can because of all the bubbling crock pots around. Pull it down really close. So every stir, every stir that I made, I could hear little popping sounds. So then we're going to clean our edges, clean our spoon. To prevent crispies. See, we like what's that crack pop? What's that Rice Krispies? But we don't like soap Krispies. All right, and then we will return our lid and continue to cook. We have managed the mashed potato and butt crack phase. Okay, this is our third stir. Our soaps have been cooking for about 2 hours. We get a little bit of pops, but once we get through that, we're not having any pops when we're stirring. So we're almost done. You can see that it still has, you know, a mashed potatoey look, but we still have some very shiny areas. So we're coming into what's called gel. Excuse me. All right, and so now we're going to just scrape down our sides. I'm having to hold the camera. I don't have help for this particular moment, so I'm having to hold my camera. All right, and then I will clean my spoon, and then we'll stick the lid back on it. Now this is the time that if you're getting too dry, so when you come here, see, we still have, well, let the lens defrog. There we go. You can still see some little bit of moisture bubbling up around the edges. And we don't see like caking and thickness around the edges of hard soap that's not molten. If that happens, that you get too much of this stuff and it gets really thick, make sure you just add a little bit of water. Turn your crock pot off, let it cool down, moisten up, then turn it back on and get it to cooking. All right, so back by popular demand of who?
Me!
Bridget. She wants the tingly peppermint back. And I used cayenne pepper, which does add some tingle. And we're gonna put 4 tablespoons in, so Bridget gets a tingle. And this is actually gonna be, it's gonna be salty. It's gonna be salty peppermint tingle. All right, and let me put that up. And so, oh, we're tired girls. We've been making lotion. And we're making soap. We're about to lose our minds. Hey Bridget, can you take a second and stir the 2 big crock pots?
Sure.
I just about forgot them. And so we get this going, and then in it goes. That's our shea butter.
This one's looking good. Somebody didn't scrape their sides.
And so now we have all of our tingly peppermint in here. Cayenne pepper ground. And so we did what you call a half stir, because a lot of the stuff needs to melt. And so we'll clean our sides. I'm going to leave my spoon submerged and set my lid like that and get my essential oils ready. Okay, so we've let that sort of marinate a while. Let the shea butter melt. And now we have our pretty soap colored with cayenne pepper. Isn't it pretty?
It's beautiful.
It is.
I love it when it goes in like that.
Alright, so we're right close to temperature. So I got this free sample of a ½ ounce of Essential Depot's peppermint fragrance. I'm going to add all of that to here to up the fragrance. And be able to add a little bit of something else besides just peppermint essential oil, so maybe it won't be too tingly. And then we're going to put 1, 2, 3, 4 tablespoons of peppermint.
It's really hot.
So let's check our temperature. So where are we at? So we're slightly still past 160. So we can't put our goodness in yet.
Okay.
But we can retrieve these darn Crispies. Where did they come from? We were so careful.
I don't know.
We've been extra careful. And look at them saying hello, how are ya? All right, so we got a pretty pepperminty color. And we've stirred it some more, and I bet we're still over temperature. So I'll bring you back while we're wrestling Crispies out of our soaps. Okay guys, so we've got down to the right temperature. So in goes our essential oils. We're still gonna smell it though. See if we need more. And we're gonna stir it. As I said, we've got a ½ ounce of peppermint fragrance oil. And I would have loved to have had an ounce, but I didn't. Whoop. Wonderful little Crispies everywhere.
What we get for making lotion.
We've made so many products today. Okay, it smells really, really good hot, but it doesn't smell like, oh my God, I put too much in. So I'm gonna be really daring with this, and I'm gonna have a warning on the label, and I'm gonna put 2 freaking more. Because I have found that with peppermint, it's hard to get enough essential oil of peppermint in there.
So let's put about the same.
Okay, so we've got our peppermint in, we've got it all stirred up. Step 1 or 2 or something or other, I don't know where we're at. So now we're gonna fill our molds half full. I'm still pulling out Crispies. And this is just things that happens to us hot cross soapers. And It's just normal, I think. And also, it makes the soaps look rustic and pretty. When I see them on certain bars, I pull it out. On some, I don't, unless they're really big. Because I think it looks attractive. Okay, so that's about half. All right, so now we're gonna take, I had a half a cup measure. This is a half a cup, right? Yep, half a cup. Half a cup of salt. I had some lumps there, so I didn't get it quite. To beat the lumps up. And this is a double batch. So if you were doing a single, it would have been a fourth a cup of salt. All right, so now we have our salt well blended. Now they're crispy. Yeah, there we go. Now, we are not going to swirl this, okay? What we're going to do is, we're swirling, but we're only swirling our top layer, okay? To get a pretty look, okay? Just the top layer. So, the bottom layer has no salt in it. Now I'm going to tap this to ensure I've got good connection. And then I'm going to dust the top with salt. Alright. Now we're going to do this one. I do not know if this will stick. Hand me the alcohol, Bridget, spray. Alright. So I'm going to try. I've never done this up, but I've been reading up on alcohol. And it evaporates off the top. And so there you go. We put a layer of salt. We will see. Now let's see how this stuff washes. And then tomorrow we will cut it. I'm going to put my peppermint sticker on there. and set this over here. Bridget, do you mind taking that off my hands?
No, I don't mind.
All right. Okay. So I made me a soap ball. And peppermint is good for oily skin. It's good for headaches. Sea salt's very cleansing, exfoliating, and very healing of the skin. It's like, you know, you go to the beach with acne on your back and it heals all up when you're out swimming in the ocean. So, there you go. Nice lather. I got activated charcoal up my fingernails. This is a good thing. I needed my hands needed good cleaning. So anyway, so there you go. Lots of lather. Feels really great. We got the shea butter in there. Oh yeah, it feels really, really great. I still got activated charcoal. I didn't realize I had that one. Or maybe it's the black soap. I think it's the black soap from the Boo Boo soap. All right, so there you go. We'll cut that soap tomorrow. Hey everybody. Oh, I'm telling you, I made a lot of soap. And we got lotion back there and soap waiting to be packaged. Excuse me. Okay, so we made salty peppermint. Salty peppermint tingly salty peppermint. That's what it was. And first thing is the salt sticking to the top? Yes, it is so far. So let's take it out of the mold. I'm using the Essential Depot mold. It's a silicone mold, very easy to clean and work with. And this is the baskets that support it and also help you stack it, tote it, carry it, whatever. They're awesome. And there is our salty peppermint. And these molds are really, really thick. And they're very durable. And I tell people that if you buy one, your relatives will be fighting over it at the estate sale. That's how long it's gonna last you. I ain't never had one show 1 ounce of wear. I mean, you know, they get stained and whatnot with activated charcoal, but they clean right up. The white ones, if you put them in the oven and bake with them with the CO, whatever it is, that where it's, you make it like cold process, but then you put it in the oven and cook it, they will discolor a little bit, but the red ones do it too. It's just you can't tell it because they're so red, but they discolor as well. And so this looks like some beautiful soap. I can see a little bit of difference. You can see the line where the other soap is, and that gets where the peppermint's the peppermint without salt ends, and then that starts. Let me get these out of the way. They're very easy to clean because soap is already included. So I've got a little scrap bucket down here that I'm putting my scraps in, and I'm using the Essential Depot curing racks. The first one on the bottom has wheels, and I'm putting my little sticker here that tells me what this soap is. And now this is the original soap cutter. We're gonna use it first. And this one you can't cut the real long molds with because it has a bar that comes down on each side, but it's made specifically for the Essential Depot soap mold. So if you are using their soap mold anyway, you don't have any reason to want to get the bigger one. But the bigger one is awful nice because you have the versatility later that if you want to cut longer soap molds, let's say you wanted to buy one of my daddy's molds, you'd be able to. Ooh, that's really pretty. I like that. We had a hard time with Crispies, and we were pulling those out like crazy. Let me bring a bar over here and let you see. But I think the Crispies gives it prettiness. That's just my opinion. So here is our salt and peppermint, and here is just our peppermint, and our color was 4 tablespoons of cayenne pepper. And on the cayenne pepper, there would be 2 tablespoons if you were using, doing a half batch. And, oh, it smells glorious. I tell you, what would have been really fun, in my opinion, was to use a whole ounce of peppermint, a fragrance oil from Essential Depot per batch. And this is a double batch because I have 2 loaves. And then use like 2 tablespoons to 3 tablespoons of peppermint per batch. I take that back. I think I used, okay, so I used 3 per batch. So you might could get away then with 2 per batch. It smells really, really good. So I'm by myself today. I work by myself a couple of days a week, and this is one of those days, and nobody came by that could stay and do the cut video with me so I could get free labor. Over here putting the soap in the curing racks, so it'll take me a little bit longer today to get it all out of the way. I might try to edit some so that it don't do it. And this soap is already very, very hard. I mean, I had to really press down to get it to cut, so this recipe is really nice. When it comes to its curability, not having so much essential oils in like a lot of my soaps do, then therefore it was not diluted with essential oil. And so therefore it's much harder right now. Oh, no goat's milk, no oats, no honey, nothing to make it be a little bit not as, you know, a little softer, and it's got to cure out. And so it's really putting me to the test on getting it cut, which is good because that means this bar will last a long time in the shower. Let me show you the top. I should have done that. The salt seems to be sticking well. After it cures, that should draw it in and it be even more firmly attached. Anytime you do salt soap, you got to be really gentle with it. Salt soap crumbles if you're too rough with it. And if you wanted, you could have reached down and brought the peppermint only soap up over the top, but I just wanted to have a two-story, you know, 2-layer, and not have a swirl in this. Just for something different. And so there we go. There is our salty peppermint. And if you want to do this recipe and use the base oils that I used, you would go to KimberlyMatnut.com. That's KimberlyMatnut.com. And look on the free recipe link. And I'm soon to update that page so that it's easier for a person on a phone to maneuver it. But even so, a lot of it's video. And my videos are typically longer. I have some shorter ones on YouTube, but my videos are not little 5-minute tutorials predominantly, and so that makes it harder for a phone. So it's really good if you can get on a computer to go on the web page. And right now the main page is too hard to load on a lot of slow internet, and so I've got to update it and make the home page less hard to deal with, so that you can get on there easier. But this recipe here has lard, which is very easy to find at your local grocery store. It has coconut oil, which you can also find at your local grocery store. It has soybean oil, which is vegetable oil. Vegetable oil. Vegetable oil. We all think that when we buy vegetable oil, we're like cooking in, vegetables, different kinds of vegetables. You're cooking in soybean oil. But from time to time, they'll mix soybean oil with something else. So do turn your label around on your bottle of vegetable oil and look at the ingredients and make sure that it does only say soybean oil. If it says it's manufactured with other nuts and things like that, nut oils, don't use it, get a different brand. And then it has stearic acid in it, but on the recipe, on the web page, there's with and without stearic acid. Stearic acid makes the bars harder and more longer lasting in the shower. You can buy that at Essential Depot. Thank you for using my link, which you can also find on my web page. You can also find that web page at the bottom of the home page at Essential Soap. It's www.essential, ESSENTIAL dash, not a / dash, soaps, SOAPS.com. All right, and then you have your lye and your water. And then for the super fats, you can use my super fat recipe, which is shea butter, coconut oil, and olive oil, vitamin E, and glycerin. You can buy small bottles of full strength vitamin E and glycerin, kosher, food grade, from Essential Depot. You can buy the shea butter from Essential Depot. But if you, of course they have coconut oil too, but if you don't have those and you want to go ahead and make it, you can take the amount of oils that is for the shea butter and just give half of it to the olive oil and half of it to the coconut oil. So then just use coconut oil and olive oil, which we can all pick up at our local grocery stores. And then if you have the vitamin E and glycerin, that's wonderful. If you don't, you can add that along as you continue to make soap. Also, you can pick up the lye at Essential Depot. Their lye is awesome, and I know you'll love it. Best prices. It is heavy, and it is a biohazard. So you have to pay for the shipping, and it's a little bit more than you might expect. But it's going to cost that much anywhere you go. Shipping for lye, is expensive. And when you get the box, you're like, oh my God, it's so heavy. So that right there will help you, I hope, to make your first soap. Just follow along. I also have some much longer videos for this with on like how to make soap for the first time, how to make soap from scratch, that deals with how to mix lye and things of that sort. I'm going to try to put a link at the beginning of this video to a how to mix lye video that I have on YouTube, because I didn't go into how to mix the lye. And then just make sure it stays, once it gets through steaming and being really hot and acting ugly, make sure that you seal it up good and put it in your refrigerator or someplace where you can store it safely until you're ready to use it and it has cooled down to the correct temperature. Remember to wear gloves, eye protection, and don't wear sandals with your toes exposed. And some people, you know, like long sleeves or short sleeves, you know, if it splashes on your sleeve, then you don't notice it and it will irritate you later, in my opinion. But if you splash it on your skin, you notice it. And so you can go ahead and flush that with water and then pour vinegar on it, and that neutralizes the sting. And some people fuss about whether that's true or not, but it's worked so many times for me, it just can't be wrong. It's like every time I'm stinging from a little bit of lye, you know, I just put some vinegar on there and I'm good. So anyway, so that is our salty, tingly peppermint. And the peppermint smell is really good. I like a strong smell. So like I could happily put 2 more tablespoons in the double batch. So like 4 tablespoons for a single, plus an ounce of Essential Depot's fragrance oil and peppermint. And the reason you're doing that is so that you don't have to put as much peppermint in there to get, and still get a good smell of peppermint, because peppermint can irritate the skin. I'm going to put a little warning on there that persons with sensitive skin should be cautious and to keep away from eyes and gentle areas of the body on the label, because it is 100% peppermint. And so that means, and the peppermint, the cayenne pepper in the spice, it won't pull through the odor, but it does give you a little tingle. It does do a little tingle. So that's why we're going to call it tingly, or we're going to call it salty peppermint. No, tingly salty peppermint. There we go. All right. So I hope y'all guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you get ready to make your hot process soap at home and take it to your local farmer's market or craft shows and start selling some soap. But whatever you do, I always tell everybody, don't give it away. You just make soap bums. You want to. I mean, if you've got to give some away for testers and things of that sort, give no more than a half a bar away. And make sure you explain when you give it away that the next bar will cost them full price. And of course, you're always going to give away soap to your kids or your mom or, you know, your family, close family members. But just be cautious. Don't make soap bums. Make customers. Alright, so like this video. Subscribe. Leave a nice comment. Alright, bye everybody.